How to break trauma bonds with a narcissist. Breaking trauma bonds is not possible whilst still in the company or in contact with your abuser. Trauma bonds create the same activity as drug addiction, and we would not expect a drug addict to go it alone. Not to say it isn't possible, just not the best advice. If a person with a healthy attachment style and self-worth experiences short-term narcissistic abuse, then it may be resolved independently. Professional help is needed to break the trauma bonds for adult children with a narcissistic parent, or those who have had narcissistic long-term relationships with a narcissistic spouse, friend, or co-worker. This will require professional help to remove trauma bonds. When professional help is not sought, people tend to self-medicate with alcohol, drugs, promiscuous behaviours, and C-PTSD can develop, and a range of other illnesses. For people victimized by narcissists, identifying the severity of the problem is first and foremost. Victims live with many symptoms after the abuse, which includes fatigue, obsessing, dreams and emotional flashbacks, losing a sense of self, and much more. There is a habit to gaslight ourselves after the abuse, by not recognizing the impact of it. Physical illnesses such as stomach pains, headaches, IBS, and much more can occur. The victim must come to the concrete realization that they bonded with someone through trauma, and their nervous system has been disrupted massively. Living in a state of fear, especially the fear inflicted by covert narcissists, and being gaslighted into a reality that is not our own. This is taxing on our entire body, and the effects can be detrimental. Being trauma bonded is craving the very person that is abusing you. They have taken control of your joy and sadness, and you cannot explain it. If you accept this truth, you will know why you ache so hard for an abuser, and be more susceptible to going cold turkey, a realization required by any addict to overcome addiction. You must know that you are in remission, with a high chance of relapsing. You must know the situation that you face, to respect your needs as you seek help. Trauma bonds are nearly never understood by a person who has not experienced this. Describing it as drug addiction will take confidence, and will need credibility on your word, if a person has no understanding. We often hear, "How could you stay so long? Get over it, why can't you move on?" etc. You could go so long without anyone ever hearing your truths about being trauma bonded. It is so cruel to do this to yourself. A trauma bonded victim needs an outlet to be heard and understood. My top 4 recommendations for healing and recovery from trauma bonds. Number 1. Get a therapist or a counselor. Research the difference between them, to see what is more suitable for you. Therapists are currently available online for £40 per hour, which I believe is around $55. Video call sessions are more popular with COVID, and they work well. You can Google therapy for narcissistic abuse, and many options are available. Send at least 8 to 10 email enquiries. You can copy and paste each to save time. In your email, request the fee and therapist's experience. They usually have an auto-response with all the info you need to know. Trust your gut when choosing your counselor or therapist, and commit to at least 3 to 5 sessions, then evaluate if they are right for you. Move on if not, and start the process again if necessary. It will be very obvious if they understand narcissistic abuse. Number 2. Join a support group. If you are a user of Facebook, they have many. Type Narcissist in the search menu, and there are options for people with narcissistic families, children of a narcissist, court hearing with a narcissist, and loads of support groups for love relationships with narcissists. These groups are private, and also on platforms like Reddit, and possibly more platforms. Don't be afraid to Google and see what's available. Hearing from others with similar experiences is validating and amazing for coming back to your truths. Number 3, there will be good days and bad days. Really accept this concept and be extremely nice and patient with yourself. Therapy really helps with dealing with our guilt and shame. There is no time limit on healing. Don't believe you're lazy when it's fatigue. Guilt, shame and doing things out of forced obligations are things that take time to get past. We have incorrect beliefs that need fixing. Number 4, use the wealth of materials available on the topic of trauma bonding and narcissistic abuse. It's on YouTube, Google searches, and books from Amazon galore. Indulge the topic for the benefit of your healing and recovery. Finally, don't be surprised if you have other toxic people around you. Going low contact and no contact may be a requirement for more than just your initial abuser. Sadly, those of us victimized by narcissists usually have a network of toxic people in our life, and this may need addressing as things become clearer with professional support. Love yourself enough to seek help so you can come back to yourself. Thank you for listening to Narcissist Essays, and please subscribe to my channel. Sending lots of love and strength to those of us victimized by narcissists.